This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
These honey oatmeal raisin cookies have a complex sweetness, a chewiness of raisins, and a crunch of nuts. We're first going to start by getting our dry ingredients together, and that's 2 1/4 cups of flour, a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then we're going to put 1 cup of a quick oats in, and then just kind of give that a little bit of a mix up. Now over at the mixer, we're going to get 1 cup of softened butter, and I use the unsalted kind, and we're going to start creaming that up. And then to the butter, we're going to add a cup of brown sugar and a 1/2 cup of white sugar. And then go ahead and get that nice and creamy. We want it to get almost kind of fluffy like. And now we're going to add my secret ingredient, 2 tablespoons of honey. There's something about this adding honey to it, it really adds a nice complex flavor to this cookie. Then go ahead and get the honey mixed in. And then we're going to be adding some vanilla extract, about 2 teaspoonfuls. And then we're going to be adding in 2 eggs, and just add them in one at a time, letting them mix in as you go. Now put your mixer down to low and just start slowly adding in those dry ingredients. And then once you have those in, we're going to be adding in 1.5 cups of raisins and 1/2 cup of walnuts. And you just want to mix that until it comes together. Don't overbeat it. Now get your rubber spatula, give it a final mix down to make sure there's no flour at the bottom. And then we're going to use your cookie sheet with a piece of parchment on it, and I'm going to use my small cookie scoop. And we're just going to go ahead and start dropping these cookies onto the cookie sheet. Now these are going to bake at a 300-degree oven, which isn't that hot, for about 15 minutes. And when you pull them out, they're going to start to look like they're getting a little brown on the edges, but for the most part, they're not going to look like they're fully cooked yet. They're going to still look fairly puffy. We want that because as they sit, they're going to cook a little bit more, and we want them to stay nice and chewy. See how nice and golden they look after they've cooled? Well, your family is just going to love these cookies. Remember, you can go to our website to get the recipe, and if you have any questions or ideas, send me an email. I'll see you next time. Want to see what's going on behind the scenes at Harwood Podcast Network? Maybe you want to know what's going on with your favorite shows. You can follow us by going to twitter.com/Harwood Podcast. We have daily entries, photos, all kinds of behind the scenes info. We'll see you on Twitter.